Have you ever looked in the mirror and thought, maybe I just don't have it anymore? You notice the changes. Your skin isn't as firm, your hair isn't as thick, and your body doesn't move the way it once did. And even though people might say kind things, you brush them off thinking they're just being nice. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. So many women over 60 feel invisible, like beauty has an expiration date. But I'm here to tell you something different today. There are signs, real signs, that you are still a good-looking woman, even if you don't see it yourself. And the world notices, whether you realize it or not. You see, beauty doesn't vanish with age. It evolves. And often, it's not the kind of beauty you find in a magazine spread. It's the kind that turns heads for a deeper reason. It's the elegance that comes from wisdom, the glow that comes from confidence, the subtle grace of a woman who's lived, loved, and learned. In today's video, we're going to talk about 8 signs that show you are a good-looking older woman, even if you don't think so. And as we go through them, you might just start to see yourself in a different light. Let's begin with one of the most overlooked signs, when people naturally gravitate toward you, especially younger people. Have you ever noticed that people, especially younger ones, come to you for advice or comfort? Maybe they say things like, "You're so easy to talk to," or they simply enjoy being around you. That's not just about having a kind heart. It's about presence. Presence is attractive. It's magnetic. And the ability to put others at ease, to make them feel seen and heard, that's a form of beauty that radiates far beyond the surface. Younger people, especially, are drawn to women who have lived through life's ups and downs and still carry themselves with calm strength. They don't just see you as wise. They see you as elegant, composed, and yes, beautiful. Another powerful sign is when you take care of yourself, not in the pursuit of youth, but out of self-respect. Maybe you moisturize every night, or you still wear lipstick because it makes you feel good. Maybe you take time to pick out a blouse that flatters your figure or walk every morning because it keeps you energized. That kind of self-care is not about vanity. It's about valuing yourself. And people notice. A woman who takes care of herself, even in small ways, sends a clear message. I matter. That confidence shines through, and it's deeply attractive. It tells the world that you're not giving up on yourself. And why should you? You've earned the right to celebrate yourself. Now, let's talk about something subtle but striking, your smile. It might sound simple, but it's one of the strongest signs of beauty at any age. A genuine smile lights up your face in a way no makeup ever could. It softens your features, brings warmth to your eyes, and makes people feel welcome. Have you ever had someone tell you that you have a beautiful smile, or that your laugh makes them feel good? That's no accident. A joyful, open expression reflects the beauty of your spirit. It shows that you haven't let life harden you, that despite the challenges, you still have room for joy. That kind of spirit is captivating. And if you've ever caught someone watching you with a look of admiration, even if you quickly dismissed it, take a moment to reconsider. Sometimes we don't realize how others see us. Maybe it's the way you carry yourself when you walk into a room. Maybe it's how you command attention without even trying. A good-looking woman doesn't always need to be loud or flashy. Sometimes it's the quiet elegance, the eye contact, the way you stand tall even when no one's clapping. These are signs of beauty that don't scream, they whisper, and they're often the most unforgettable kind. Something else that might surprise you is the number of compliments you receive, not just about how you look, but about your energy. Maybe someone says you're refreshing or inspiring. These compliments are gold. They often come when people sense something rare, a combination of beauty and authenticity. When you're comfortable in your own skin, when you speak from the heart and live with purpose, it leaves a mark. And that energy you radiate, that's attractive, that's beautiful, and people can't help but notice. But perhaps one of the strongest indicators of beauty as we age is when you stop comparing yourself to others. If you've reached a point in life where you no longer chase trends or feel the need to compete with younger women, that's a sign of real beauty. It shows maturity, wisdom, and peace. And that kind of confidence draws people in. It says, I know who I am. I don't need to be anyone else. There's something so powerful, so magnetic about a woman who's comfortable in her own skin. That level of authenticity is irresistible. And here's the thing, beauty isn't always about how you look in a mirror. It's how you make others feel. It's how you light up a room with your story, your kindness, your humor, your resilience. That's the kind of beauty that lasts, the kind that deepens with age, the kind that doesn't fade. It just shifts into something more powerful. So, if any of this sounds like you, even just a little, then yes, you are a good-looking older woman, whether or not you believed it until now. You may not fit society's narrow definition of beauty anymore, but who says you have to? You've outgrown it, and you've grown into something so much more real, more soulful, and more lasting. You just need to start seeing it for yourself. Let's keep going, because there are still more signs you may not have realized. Now that we've explored how presence, self-care, a genuine smile, and confidence can reveal your beauty, let's continue. Because believe it or not, there are still more quiet but powerful ways your beauty shines through, ways you might be overlooking in your everyday life. Have you ever walked into a room and noticed heads turn? Not because of what you're wearing, but because of how you carry yourself? That's posture. Yes, posture. It may sound simple, but the way you stand and move says a lot. A woman who walks tall, with her shoulders back and her head held high, gives off an energy that commands respect and admiration. You don't need to be tall or thin or glamorous to catch someone's eye. You just need to move through the world with confidence in who you are. That quiet poise is often more attractive than anything money can buy. And posture is something you can work on every day. Stretching in the morning, standing a little straighter when you walk into the store, sitting up while having coffee with a friend, it all adds up. Good posture makes your body appear stronger, your face more open, and your energy more vibrant. People notice when you carry yourself with dignity, and that's a kind of beauty that can't be faked. Another sign you're more attractive than you think is when people say you have kind eyes. It may seem like a small thing, but eyes tell a story. And as we get older, they begin to tell a rich one. The way you look at someone, with warmth, understanding, or curiosity, says far more than perfect eyeliner or long lashes. Kind eyes show empathy, compassion, and life experience. They reflect the depth of a person who has weathered storms and still chooses to love, to laugh, and to listen. Have you ever had someone say, "You have the most calming presence"? That's not just a compliment. It's a reflection of how beautiful your spirit is. You've lived long enough to know that not everything is worth stressing over, and that calm energy, that unshakable grace, is incredibly attractive in a world full of noise, chaos, and pressure to impress. Being a source of peace is magnetic. People are drawn to those who make them feel safe, heard, and understood. That might be you, even if you don't always see it. And let's talk about humor for a second. A woman who can laugh, especially at herself, is a joy to be around. Maybe your sense of humor has gotten sharper with age, or maybe you've learned not to take life too seriously. Either way, a good laugh can make you more attractive than the best makeup. A twinkle in your eye, a quick wit, or the ability to tell a great story. These things stick with people. They remember how you made them feel, and laughter has a way of leaving a lasting impression. It's one of the most underrated signs of beauty. Think about your hands for a moment. Yes, your hands. They might have wrinkles now, maybe some veins, maybe a few age spots. But they also tell a beautiful story. They've held babies, cooked meals, written letters, comforted loved ones, and worked hard for years. There's so much beauty in that. We often try to hide our hands as we age, but they're part of our legacy, and people notice. Someone might look at your hands and see warmth, capability, and grace. So the next time you feel self-conscious about them, remember all they've done and how deeply that kind of beauty goes. Another beautiful quality that's often overlooked, your voice. Over the years, your voice may have softened or deepened, but it carries a kind of truth and wisdom that can't be imitated. When you speak with experience. Whether it's telling a story from your youth, offering advice, or simply chatting with someone about their day, your voice can have a soothing, powerful effect. It's not about having a perfectly polished tone. It's about authenticity. And when you speak from the heart, people listen. That kind of connection is rare. And yes, it's beautiful. And here's something else. when you are unapologetically yourself. Maybe you've let your hair go silver and you love it. Maybe you've embraced a bold lipstick because it makes you feel sassy. Maybe you wear what makes you feel good, not what magazines tell you to. That kind of self-expression, that kind of freedom is radiant. It tells the world, I know who I am and I like her. And when a woman is truly herself, without trying to meet anyone else's standard, that's when she becomes unforgettable. So many older women don't realize that what they've gained with age is far more powerful than what they've lost. Youth is fleeting, but the kind of beauty that comes with age, that inner glow, that quiet strength, that earned confidence, is timeless. And even if you don't hear compliments as often as you once did, that doesn't mean they aren't felt. Sometimes people admire you from afar. Sometimes they're intimidated by how grounded and graceful you are. And sometimes they just don't have the words to say what they're thinking. But it's there. You are seen. You are admired. You are beautiful. Probably more than you realize. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Because there's one more piece of the puzzle that ties everything together. And it might just be the most important one. You see, as we age, the world doesn't always reflect our beauty back to us the way it once did. The compliments may become less frequent. Advertisements rarely feature women in their 60s, 70s, or 80s. And somewhere along the way, many women begin to feel invisible. But here's the truth. Being invisible to some doesn't mean you've lost your light. In fact, it means your beauty has evolved. It's no longer just about being seen. It's about being felt. Think about the people in your life who truly matter. Your children, your friends, maybe even your grandchildren or community. They feel your presence when you walk into the room. They listen when you speak. They remember the way you made them feel. Safe, supported, loved, encouraged. That emotional impact is a kind of beauty that leaves a deeper, longer-lasting impression than any wrinkle cream ever could. And you don't need permission to feel beautiful. You don't need someone else to validate it. Because true beauty, especially in older women, is not about getting approval from others. It's about finally approving of yourself. It's when you stop asking, am I still attractive? And start saying, I am enough exactly as I am. That shift alone can change how you move through the world. It transforms how others see you too. There's something deeply magnetic about a woman who has accepted herself fully, who knows her worth, who isn't chasing youth but embracing her power. So, let's take a moment to reflect on everything we've talked about. If you carry yourself with confidence, even on the days when your back aches or your knees protest, that's beauty. If you smile with genuine warmth, laugh with abandon, and light up someone's day with just your presence, that's beauty. If your eyes show compassion, your hands show history, your voice shows wisdom, and your heart shows kindness, that's beauty. If you ever helped someone, encouraged someone, listened without judgment, or simply made someone feel loved, you are radiating a kind of beauty the world desperately needs more of. And if you've ever thought, I'm too old to be beautiful, I want to gently challenge that belief. Because every line on your face tells a story. Every gray hair is a ribbon of strength. Every moment you've lived, heartbreaks, triumphs, setbacks, comebacks, has shaped a woman who is not only beautiful, but powerful. You don't need to be younger. You just need to recognize the richness in who you already are. So if you related to anything in this video, if you've recognized yourself in these quiet signs of beauty, please don't brush it off. Don't say, oh, that's not me, because it is you. Own it. Celebrate it. Let it shine. And if this message touched you, leave a comment below and tell me which part resonated the most. Share it with a friend who may need the reminder. 2. Let's lift each other up, woman to woman, generation to generation. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like button. It helps more people see this message. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel, because we talk about things here that matter: health, happiness, and living your best life after 60. You are not invisible. You are radiant. You are enough. And your beauty hasn't faded. It's just matured into something deeper, stronger, and even more remarkable. Here's to embracing who you are and loving every chapter of your story. Until next time, take care of yourself, and never forget just how beautiful you truly are.